Hi everyone, welcome to day 5 of our Rise Up Challenge. Today we are celebrating the U in up with the word unfold. So we spend most of our days winding ourselves up mentally and physically. And so today I want to take a little bit of time just to share some ways to unfold. So today our self-reflection is going to be exactly that. Just trying to release, restore, reflect, but mainly just let things go. And so that's really going to start within, because we're finally talking about ourselves this week and not so much other people. And there's self-care things that we're not able to have access to right now, like massage and different kinds of acupuncture, different things that people do to help release, physical muscle tension. And so I have today a foam roller, which this one's just like a little travel one. It's perfect. It can do the trick just the same as the big ones. So you may have access to something like that. And then this is a actual physio ball, but maybe just a hard tennis ball, lacrosse ball. If you have kids, I'm sure there's something in your house you can find similar to this. So if you don't have a foam roller, that's okay. You can do all of the same things with a ball. I'm going to be working with both today. And we're going to unfold together in a way that we can do this at home and try and relieve some tension and just keeping within that release time, all right? So we're gonna start with our feet, and you can do this standing or you can do this seated. I'm gonna show you seated, and we're just gonna roll that ball from the very back of your heel to the very tips of your toes. And if you feel this pressure isn't enough, feel free to stand. All right, so pick one foot, and we're gonna roll it back and forth, making sure that you get in on the ball of the foot, the arch of the foot, inside, the outside. And any kind of ball will do with this. It feels really good. The harder the ball, the better. And then you're managing the tension, the pressure. And this is a little trick that I also like to do at my desk. And since a lot of people are working from home, we can do that without offending anyone around us. So you can switch feet and get that ball rolling from the very top to the very bottom. Managing that pressure yourself, and then making sure that you're not just staying in that archway, because it does feel good and we do really need it there, but you also do need it in the ball of your foot and the heel of your foot. Up into the toes, maybe along the outside and the inside. I find it a bit easier to manage standing. Some prefer to sit to do it, so it's really personal preference. And you can really spend as long as you want on this. I'm going to keep this hopefully to the 10-minute mark, so we're going to move on, but really those feet can use a good rollout as many times as you can a week, and for as long as you can. But 60 to 90 seconds in each muscle group is ideal for a minimum. All right, to really start to work out that fascia. And if we move down into our calves, you can do this with the ball as well. I'm gonna grab the foam roller just because I know a lot of people do have those. And so we're going to start at the base of the ankle, supporting yourself with your hands. It doesn't matter if they're facing the side, or you don't want to get too hung up on different things, like whatever's comfortable here. And you can roll, you can do one at a time. If you need more pressure, you can cross that leg over. You can do this exact same motion with the ball. If this is really hard on your wrist, you don't need to come up on that upper body. You can do this just the same, rolling through. You get a little bit more range of motion if you can roll yourself. But again, we want this to be restorative. We want it to be releasing. We do not want this to be stressful on any part of the body, but it does kind of help. So just remembering, you can always cross that heel over top. So just above the knee joint or below, but just avoiding that knee joint if you choose to add that extra weight. And you really do feel a difference. And if you're really tight, it might not feel so good. Good job. Okay, we're gonna roll up into our hamstrings. So bringing ourselves into a similar position, starting at the base of the glutes, down to the knee, working with basically the space of a yoga mat is all you need to do this. And again, with these travel ones, sometimes one leg at a time works a bit better. You can cross your legs. You can cross it up or below the knee. Just making sure you're not putting too much tension on the rest of your body. And those hamstrings are usually fairly grateful for this one. And as we draw into our IT band, which is a love-hate relationship with rolling, you're going to take your outside leg and cross it over for that extra support. All right, and we're going to find that side roll. And when our friends are doing this together at the Call Cup, we get a lot of moaning and groaning on this one. And we're gonna switch sides. So finding that it's almost a side plank position, and then bringing that outside leg in to support yourself. Takes that extra pressure off. And that is a very tight muscle usually. But definitely needs that releasing. Good. Moving on to our quads. We're gonna take that roller or that ball, bringing it towards the top of the knee. All right, kind of that plank position. Depending on the room you're in, you might start it at the top. And you can come to your forearms with this one, and it takes the wrist tension out of it. And although this can be fairly intense for your quads, it's usually not too bad for the upper body. And you can do the one at a time or both. You can do this with a ball as well. And we're not going for pain here, all right? So it's really still releasing, even if it is tender. Taking our ball here, all right? Coming down onto your abdomen. Lifting through into, we're gonna Spider-Man that knee. Okay, so bending into that front leg. And we're gonna roll. There's a bit of a sweet spot there, a little bit of a teardrop right above your knee. We're gonna just take a circular motion there, making sure that it's not pinching your back or putting any pressure on anywhere else. And you kind of have to play around with it into that teardrop, just to the inside top part of the knee. And it's a pretty slight movement. And then you may find you want to straighten out that leg a little bit more and bring it to the top of the knee. Give it a roll up and down. Maybe that inside needs a little bit more. We are above the joint into the muscle. All right, we're not on bone. Switching sides to the other knee. Making sure when you find that teardrop, you're gonna Spider-Man that knee out, just bending it a little bit. And straightening out. Really slow motion. And when you feel your tops of your knees are good, we're gonna bring it into the hip crease. And you can rest your head and neck. Now this is gonna fall into that hip crease. And it's a bit of a circular motion. But again, really slight movement. You will know the sweet spot when you hit it. It's just easy going. And those hip flexors work really hard for us, switching sides. So the hip flexors need to be released. So continuing on that second side. Getting into our glutes, all right, a roller works, a ball works as well. So using that upper body and your heels, again, it's a fairly slight movement. You can cross your feet, making it a bit more powerful. You can lift a leg. You can bring it all the way to the base of your tailbone, to the top of your hamstrings, where we feel our hamstrings anyways. Good, and relaxing out of those legs. Taking the ball to the quad, into the forearms. So this can be really tender for people that use a mouse a lot, do a lot of typing, that forearm. So you can run it on the top of a desk, you can run it on a floor. Quad works fine too. If you're really, really wanting to get in there, the harder the surface, the better. Switching to the other forearm. We're getting to the best part, which is the back. So supporting the back, all right, so supporting the head and neck as we go into the back. You can roll the back, or you can use two balls. Okay, we want to be gentle with the spine here. So if you're using two balls, they're on either side of the spine, and it's a very slight movement. And you're going to go low back to mid back. All right, and then we're going to shift gears into more of a laying position to take on the upper back. So we're going to support that head and neck as you roll. Now, one of our favorites is taking that ball underneath the shoulder. All right, so it's just it's at the base of the neck, down a bit, just at the top of the shoulder blade, and all you have to do is kind of move your arm up and down, and you can feel that ball massage through. So it's at the top of the shoulder blade, And you can do the other side. We have a pretty regular crew that does the unfold class. So I know they've been missing it, but this really is stuff you can do even in front of the TV once you kind of know what to do. And the very best one is the neck, and if you have a foam roller, this is the way to go for sure. And all it is foam rollers at the base of the neck. You're comfortably laying, and you just shake your head really slow, no. You can shake it really slow, yes. But the word no in this situation is very unfolding. And since it might be a while before we can all go for a massage, this might be a good alternative even before you go to bed, or you're getting a stress headache or a computer headache, even just taking a few minutes in your work day to unfold that neck. So these little foam rollers come in pretty handy while working from home. So I am going to leave you here laying, relaxed and unfolding as you focus today on unfolding, releasing, and restoring, starting with yourself. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.